So, what I want to talk to you guys about today is meditation. It's something that I'm very, very passionate about. So, first of all, a lot of you probably don't know the background of even why I got into meditation and why I'm now so passionate about it. But it's because for a while I suffered quite badly from insomnia. And it got pretty bad. I think I'd had at one stage 4 hours sleep over 5 days or something like that. And I ended up crashing my car. And that was, it's not so much it was a wake up call. Like I was trying to go to doctors and I tried taking these. I didn't like sleeping tablets. I'd wake up straight away, probably like an hour, and I think my cycle was like an hour and 17 minutes. I'd wake up and, even if I'd taken a sleeping pill, I would wake up and then I just couldn't get back to sleep, and it was horrible. And obviously because, I wasn't managing my stress, I never thought I kind of suffered from anxiety or even had anxiety, but I definitely think that, that was one of the things that I really, I really did experience as part of that whole debacle, that whole saga of my life, really. So I crashed my car. Thankfully, I was okay. But it really just brought home the fact that, I knew it was bad, but, and I went to the doctor, I went back to the doctor and I was crying because I was so tired. Like I just really, really wanted sleep. Like it just kept eluding me. And, and even like I found like people at work wouldn't really, I think insomnia is one of those things that a lot of people don't really understand. So, I'd have people making comments like, if you're tired, like just go home and sleep. It's like, yeah, if I could, I wouldn't be tired. So that's why I'm tired. Like they just didn't, and I think obviously because I was tired, I'm then reacting quite aggressively because no one runs well, on limited sleep. And I guess it is, sleep deprivation is a form of torture. So for a reason, you feel like, I felt like I was so disconnected even on the inside, like even, just my brain. Like I was trying to, I try to process information and I try to do things and I was just so tired that I was just like, there was a lag there, if anything. And I think, fatigue management and that whole aspect of it, people go, we're going to, especially at work, like work, in work situations and work environments, they go, we're going to manage fatigue. It's kind of a difficult thing, I think, to manage because you're really just banking on someone saying, I'm tired, or, like, you look tired. There's nowhere really you can, have a nap, and if you're struggling and you're having trouble sleeping, then you're not really going to be able to just sleep or nap. Like that's why you've got insomnia. So, I tried different types of pills. I tried Circadin, which is apparently like it's a natural enhancer to get melatonin or whatever operating in your body, so then you go to sleep. That didn't really work for me. I tried a whole range of other things, and I'm eating Phenergan, like Valium. Valium has an opposite, like a side effect for me. So the doctor was like, here, have Valium. I went into like hyper mode. I was just like so worked up. I didn't sleep for 2 days. So that, needless to say, was not a fun experience for me. But to get back to my point, I was on my way to a sleep appointment and I walked past this place and they had meditations. And anyway, I thought, you know what? My sleep specialist has just said, like, look, have you tried meditation? I'm like, the few times I have tried meditation didn't work for me. Like my brain, I used to have what's called monkey brain, where I would just be like, oh, shiny, like, oh, 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 like my brain would just jump from one thing to another. There was no real focus as such, or like, even if group meditations and things like that, like I tried those things and I would go there and the whole time I was kind of, I'm breathing and I'm like, am I breathing right? Like, oh, they seem like they breathe deeper than me. Like, oh, what's that? Like, is that person even breathing? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I would be constantly like, oh crap, I moved. Do you think that the instructor, like the yogi, like noticed that I moved? Okay, I gotta be dead still. Oh my God, I need to sniffle. My nose is itchy. Like, these are the kinds of things that would be going through my head constantly. I couldn't switch off. Like, I was just so hyper, my brain just constantly. And so when they're saying, oh, have you tried meditation? I'm like, yeah, I've tried meditation. I can't even get my brain to go, like, to do it. I just couldn't get my brain, like, it was hyperactive, couldn't get it to stop. Anyway, so I've walked past and I saw this meditation thing, and but it was advertising private meditation. And I thought, you know what? I struggle with going to group meditation because I'm too busy thinking or feeling, because I can feel certain things. I'm too busy focused on that in a whole like room of people than what I am on myself, which obviously defeats the whole purpose. So I'm like, maybe I can give private meditation a go. Ironically, I skipped my sleep appointment. I went straight into a private meditation with a gentleman called Leon, who is still my guru. Even as long as I've been been teaching meditation, I was like, he is my go-to. And he really genuinely helped me. I don't need, now I don't even suffer from insomnia. There are times when I think, because I meditate every day, but it's like if I have something that can be quite stressful or even quite traumatic in terms of processing that, I can meditate and I'm okay and I could go to sleep. Like, I mean, it's instant now. Like, I literally just put my arm over my head and that's it. That's like, Lexi's gone. Which I think in and of itself is pretty amazing. So that's why I'm so passionate about meditation, because it literally, like, I honestly think it saved my life. Because if I was continuously going to suffer from insomnia, be that stressed out, that anxious, and not being able to fix it, I would have got worse. I would have probably crashed and then died, like, because I wasn't getting sleep. I wasn't, and not just that, I was getting sick constantly as well, because obviously my body wasn't being able to repair itself. And like, it was honestly, it was horrible. Like, it, and to find something that's natural, that's then cured me as such, like, it's something I can do myself. And don't get me wrong, there are times when I go to meditate and I have to force myself. I literally have to force, I have to go, you know what, like, you're freaking the hell out right now. You need to have a timeout and, like, go sit in the corner, go think about what you've done, like, reflect and just take that time out, go into the gap between your thoughts and really just focus on you. Focus on just having that calm balance come back into your life, because, and they're the moments you really need to do it, is when you really don't want to. You're like, it's like your ego kind of fights it somehow and you're just like, you know what? No, like, you just kind of want to be in the moment and be, either cracking the shits or whatever. It's like reacting emotionally, in a dramatic way. And when you kind of detach yourself and then you just recenter and then start processing things, you're like, like, it's not as bad as what I'm like making it out in my head, and everything's going to be fine. Like, this is all going to be fine. And you honestly feel like, it's not just emotionally, like, your body, you actually feel yourself, like, like, you'll be all like tensed up and then you kind of just go, like, you're just like, wow, like, I'm so zenned out right now. This is awesome. But yeah, what I want to quickly teach you. Sorry, I'm a bit sniffly at the moment. It's my fault. It's gotten cold and I haven't been taking some of my aloe vera and stuff. Don't tell my But yeah, so what I want to do is a quick exercise with you guys. Excuse me for a second because my nose is a bit sniffly. But if you've got a monkey brain, or what I call like a pinball, where it's like ding, 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 like, and you know, that's your head, essentially. If you're one of those people, I'm going to teach you a technique that, honest to God, will help you, because I have so many clients turn around and say to me all the time, oh, I just can't meditate. No, I'm so bad at it. Like, I just can't do it. It's not that you can't do it. It's that you haven't been shown a technique and you haven't been shown a way where you can. And I'm living proof of that, because my brain, super hyperactive, super monkey brain. Monkey brain on steroids. That was me. So I can vouch that this technique definitely works. So what I want you to do, first of all, I just want to say, you don't need to sit down or for meditation. Don't get me wrong, like, that's a different type of meditation. But sometimes you can just sit down, or you can lay down. Do it in bed. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just somewhere that you feel comfortable, because that does make a difference. So if you sit down, and then what I want you to do is you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, and then out for 5. 3, 4, 5. In for 4, and out for 5. In for 4, and out for 5. So do that a few more times. And as you're doing it, I want you to think of the word Om. And you're going to say that like a litany over and over and over. That's all your brain can say. So when you're breathing in, all you're thinking is Om, 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 Om. Just that, over and over and over again as you're breathing in and out for 5. You can actually start to feel like a slight little gap open. Now, you might only see it just a little bit, and you might not be able to step into that, and that's okay. This is just about getting used to that whole breathing technique for the 4. So you're breathing in for 4 seconds, out for 5, and the whole time, all your brain is saying to yourself is Om. That's it. Just Om, 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 Om. Say it like a broken record, because that gives your brain something to go, oh, this is what I'm doing. Because when you're focusing on breath seems to be quite difficult for some people to focus on, because it is something that happens naturally. But then, to breathe in different ways and use different techniques of breathing, it that's conscious effort sometimes. Like, definitely at the start it is. So when you're doing your breathing and you're saying focus on your breath, it's really hard for a lot of people to focus on their breath, because they're like, yeah, well, I kind of do this normally. Like, well, that's what I used to think. So when you say, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be the word Om, which is universal sound. It doesn't need to be Om. It can be like monkey. It doesn't matter what word it is. Whatever word straight pops into your head, just keep that and just keep going and going and going. And as you're doing the breathing, a couple of minutes or whatever, just keep doing it. You don't have to time it. Just, you'll feel it in yourself and in your body. And as you keep doing it, then you're going to go, oh, wow, you'll feel like your whole body relax. I guarantee you will. You'll feel like your shoulders drop a little bit and you're like, oh, okay. You can close your eyes, open your eyes, whatever. It's better if you close your eyes, because then you're just focusing on that one word. You just keep focusing on the one word, keep doing the 4, 5 breaths. Let me know how you guys go, because obviously this is just a little exercise to get you used to the breathing, used to having your eyes closed and just kind of trying to get that focus happening. It takes time, okay? Don't, and if you do have that gap open straight away and you can step into it, well done. So proud, because, and honestly, because it took me a while. So don't put any pressure on yourselves. Just try it. I would say try it a couple of times during the day. Say like you wake up in the morning, just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna You can also sigh like when you let out those 5 seconds as well. You really feel like just heaviness and just everything just leave and drain out while you're saying that word over and over again. So let me know how you guys go. Obviously I'll put up a few more videos further down the track just with more meditation techniques. But yeah, I really want to know, you know, is it working for you? Because it genuinely did help me, especially to get into meditation, to a point where I could, you know, I can now meditate for hours. So yeah, that's it though, guys. Keep up the good vibes. Peace.